Can I smell your Red Bull?
Who are you talking to right now?
You with the Red Bull.
The only one who still drinks Red Bull and energy drinks.
Oh, right. Did you quit?
I didn't quit. I didn't have an addiction.
Oh,
True. You think
Fair.
you're above it or what?
Yeah.
rise above it.
Can I be above you? With my penis out? What's happening? All right, guys. Hello. My name is Alex.
I'm Patrick. You still haven't let me smell your Red Bull.
You're not going to. Either drink one or stop. You know?
He's not wrong.
Don't. Why you want to smell it?
So I can know what it tastes like.
What's wrong with you?
80% of taste is smell.
80% of my face is about to hit your face.
What about the other 20%?
It's gonna like, you know,
Graze.
graze. Yeah. This is the Dynamic Trio podcast.
And welcome to season 1, baby.
We're season 1, motherfuckers. Patrick, scream into the mic.
Ah.
Dude, you're pissing me off today, man. Scream into the mic.
Ah.
Scream
Ah.
into the mic. And that's Patrick. I'm Alex.
This is James.
We got some fun stuff to talk about.
Do
But
we?
Before we do, let's
Talk to our sponsor. BetterHelp.
one day.
One day we'll have someone.
So this is the beginning of season 1, right?
Yeah, we're like trying this season thing.
Yes.
We're not there yet, dumbass. It says that's part 2. God. Follow the script, man.
Deal with my
We're
brother.
going in order, like for real.
Well, there is an order, but you guys were supposed to change it if you guys wanted to.
I don't believe in order.
All right, Patrick, you want to explain?
No, just we're trying out the season thing. We're just trying to, we're keeping it fresh, keeping it clean, keeping it raw for you guys. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nice.
I'm just trying to sound like a rapper because everyone's trying to.
Yeah.
And see, I know this is episode 1 of season 1. Kind of think of like our previous episodes as kind of like a season 0 type thing.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure things out.
Trying things out.
Yeah. And I think that's actually exciting to just sort of like play with the platform and like the form of
Yeah.
it. And I think it's interesting. It was James's idea.
Yeah,
Very
we
nice.
couldn't commit to anything. We all have different ideas, so this was the only thing that we all agreed on.
Yeah.
Just do seasons and then start figuring it out from there. So hopefully soon we'll get a mojo and just start following something.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
now, just listen to us ramble.
And have fun, have laughs, have cries if you guys want. You know, open up the fucking floodgates of your tears.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
when was the
please.
last time you guys cried?
The last. Ooh, dude, this was stupid.
Why?
It's been years.
This was stupid. Okay,
Whoa.
so so Across the Spider-Verse came out, right?
Okay, yeah, it's dumb.
This is stupid. I
I'm
know,
just kidding,
right?
I'm just
I feel
kidding.
like every time you ask a guy, when was the last time you cried? It's never for real shit.
Yeah.
It's always for, oh, I saw a thing in a movie.
Yeah.
Mine's especially bad.
Yeah.
But Across the Spider-Verse, which is a brilliant movie. That's not what made me cry, but it got me thinking about the original, like the first one,
Yeah.
like Into the Spider-Verse,
Uh-huh.
and the scene where New York finds out that their Spider-Man died. I was in the theater,
Uh-huh.
and I mean this was years ago, and
Yeah.
I wept uncontrollably.
Wow.
Like literally, I couldn't. It surprised me that I was crying,
Holy hell.
and it wouldn't stop. It truly, I couldn't stop it. It was a packed theater because it was
Uh-huh.
Into the Spider-Verse. And I remember the two dudes next to me, they were just looking at me, giving me side eye. And I could see them giving me side eye.
Yeah.
And they were like, the fuck is wrong with this fucking loser? And I couldn't make the tears stop. But even I was there with my girlfriend and she was looking at me like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And anyway, I rewatched the scene on YouTube. And I was
Deadpan.
cooking and I started tearing up
You
again.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck?
Dude, I don't know what. I just love that character, Peter Parker, so much.
That makes
And-
sense.
But you know what it is also? Is that like when New York stopped, that's what broke me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they always say like he's a menace, we hate him. But when he was gone, that was when they said they loved him.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me that's always like, fuck you, you didn't appreciate him when you had him.
Yeah.
Which I think is mostly about me.
Okay. Damn. Well, hopefully you don't die soon. Jeez.
Oh God. Anyway,
But then I want to appreciate him.
yeah. Then you guys will finally be like, you know what? Maybe we should have been less mean to him.
No,
No,
dude.
no.
You just can't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the problem. Okay.
Gaslighting 101. Blame the other person.
Dude, it's like you watched Priscilla and you took notes.
Dude, I did take notes.
Yeah.
When was the last time you cried, Alex?
It's been a while. Actually, not that long. I think it's been like maybe a couple weeks. But
What?
yeah. Is that not that long or is that long?
You made it sound like he said years and he said long time ago, so I assumed you were saying say years as well.
No, I think like weeks or like a couple months. Definitely like this year though. So
Yeah,
You?
I know there were other times where I did cry other than Spider-Man, but
yeah. You?
It's been years. So I think the last time I cried was probably when I had like that long anxiety attack thing, and then I didn't have a reason for it.
Oh wow.
So yeah, no, there's no. I don't. I don't know.
Watch, he's just about to call us pussies just any minute now.
Or he just starts crying right
No,
now.
I was gonna call you a nerd.
Nerd.
We all have to cry sometime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure my anxiety attack was basically just prolonged holding an emotion.
Yeah.
And I'm due for one in about like 3 minutes.
30 minutes. On the podcast.
But now that we're done crying about our lives, we had a great time last week, didn't we, guys?
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah,
Trilogy tour.
we
Dude.
did hit up the trilogy tour.
2023.
Yeah.
Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin, and Pitbull.
Dr. Pitbull, come on,
Dr. Worldwide.
Dr.
Pitbull.
Worldwide Pitbull.
Let's start adding titles to them. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we went and saw the trilogy tour here in Chicago.
It was
which-
your first concert.
Shut the fuck up! Why'd you have to put it out there like that?
It's in the notes.
I
And
what?
also, it's like we need your review. You never
Yeah.
been to a concert, and
Yeah.
to be honest, like I can speak for me and Alex. We've been pretty close in concerts to the artists, and this was like the first time for me being far out. But this is just your first concert overall.
That
Yeah.
is true. I yes, at 27 years old, I went to my first concert. I'm lame, I know. Just get it out there. But yeah, you know what though? I'm not gonna lie though. When we were in the group chat and James, your girlfriend, showed us like, yo, they're coming to Chicago. Let's fucking go. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. Then I went back to work, not really thinking much of it.
Uh-huh.
And then when I checked the group chat again, the tickets were bought, and I owed you guys $90.
You were down. You keep saying this, but you said you were down.
I literally told my girlfriend I am not willing to put this on my credit card because this is gonna put me in like a hole.
Yeah.
And if not, everyone is down because
Yeah.
everyone needs to be down. And then I need that confirmation. So there's no way.
Okay.
There's also no way to prove this because on Snapchat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't really want to go from the start. It was the fact that everybody said that they were down is what made me want to go.
Wait. Nobody here wanted to go from the start.
Wait, really?
I don't think I didn't want to go.
You didn't want to go, James?
I don't.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend was the only one who was like straight up like, I'm down.
Dude, she was down
She
bad for this.
needed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was gonna go one way or the other.
Actually, that's the thing. When I was showing up, I was like, you know what? We're doing this for James's girlfriend. She's the best. Let's have a good time. That was
I
my
wouldn't go
attitude
that
going.
far.
James saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't down at the beginning. She knows I wasn't down at the beginning.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Being there though, I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a blast.
I had a good time too.
You know what?
I did not expect. I've never been to a concert with her or like a club scene with her. I didn't expect her to get so hype.
I didn't either.
I-
I've known her for like a while. I've never seen her hyped. And then that day I was like, who is this person?
Dude, she parties.
She
You know what?
partied.
I didn't know this, but then like I found out later too. Like she knows when she was like at her friend's wedding and everything, she parties.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, go out more, dude.
Yeah, it seems like she just needs to like
Damn.
fist pump and shit.
Because like
Yeah.
because it was like my first concert, and I was just like trying to focus on the thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out a lot.
Yeah.
Especially during Ricky Martin, because he only has the one song that I know.
Yeah.
Right.
She
I shoulda-
bangs.
I should have looked over at your girlfriend and probably tried to absorb some of that information.
Dude, she was going
some
crazy.
Of that, some
Oh,
of
no,
that
nobody was going
excitement.
ham during Ricky Martin. First of all, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone in Chicago on that night, it was way too young for Ricky Martin.
No,
we love
the-
him, but not that much.
There was like a group of like 3 girls that were like right in front of me who were like jamming out like crazy.
They
to
were.
it.
They were
I
having
saw-
a good ass
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then like when Enrique Iglesias came out, they
dude.
sat down.
I hated those ladies.
That was wild.
You know what made me feel kind of bad that this was my first concert, because it was like a bunch of, I don't want to say has-beens,
Uh-huh.
but like they haven't really been putting out new stuff, especially
Yeah.
like,
Well-
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Enrique Iglesias is supposed to be retired now.
Yeah.
Right. And like
Saying has-beens is rough.
it is rough, but I don't know what else
Legends.
to say. Okay, fine.
Legends.
But they're not on the up and up anymore. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like their best days are behind them.
yeah.
But then again, it is what it is. Everyone who I've told about this concert when it was coming up, they were like, why are they coming together? Because it was like, to them, they think that each one of those artists can pull a crowd by themselves. And it's true. Pitbull can definitely do it. And
Yeah.
Ricky can still do it. Ricky
sure.
Martin can definitely do it for his demographic.
Yeah. If he, especially smaller venue.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But I loved it.
yeah.
And then
such a blast.
Dude, TikTok lied so hard about Enrique Iglesias, saying
Yeah.
he didn't sing any of his songs. He doesn't know how to sing. My man went hard.
Because there was this one TikTok that went viral where it was him performing and he like was trying to hit falsetto and it kind of sounded like Mickey Mouse for like a little bit. Like it kind of sounded like very high pitched and not good, which I do stand by, because when he came out and he sang in falsetto, I was like, fuck. Like I bursted out laughing because I was like, he's doing it. He's Mickey Mousing it up right now. But everything else was solid.
Oh, he loved our crowd.
Dude, he did.
He loved our crowd heavy. And two, I mean, the crowd never sat down for Enrique.
Yeah.
Enrique
No.
went up and nobody sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did
Um,
everybody else, you know?
Yeah. Dude, Ricky Martin, I'll give him props. He looks good.
He
For his
looks
age, for sure.
amazing.
He's
I-
51.
I was standing there just being like, how do I age as well as this man?
For real.
You get a lot of money
Yeah.
and a lot of time to work on those muscles. God damn, he got big ass biceps.
Yeah.
He really does.
Is he gay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You know
I was
what's-
gonna make a joke about like and get hella puss, but then I was like, wait a minute, maybe he's
No,
not
he
swinging that
probably
way.
has like one long time.
I feel like
One.
Ricky Martin was in such a high during this tour though because he just finished a heavy court battle for some really bad allegations.
Oh,
and then,
what?
And then ended up being, I think they ended up being false because
What?
they
I
all
had
they were
no
all
idea.
dropped. Yeah, they were all dropped or something. And now and then he was really, I think he came out in the press really happy, basically being saved, I guess, kind of thing, like from that kind of. Because I mean I've heard that those types of allegations they just get settled because it's just easier that way for the artist. But then they live with that reputation. I don't think he wanted to, so he fought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, congratulations to him. Hopefully everything being true. But I think he was on a high. I think that's what got him through. Like, so he just looked so happy.
Yeah.
it wasn't just him physically. He just had that aura of like happiness. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's probably because he's like, I was probably really close to just being like locked up or whatever. Depends
Yeah.
on like what it was,
Or
like
being
just
like framed as something I'm not.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
like basically having like his career like just cut away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Possibly.
Enrique did great. Pitbull,
Dude, he brought the fucking house down.
he brought the party. I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
expecting to be so hyped for Pitbull, to be
Uh-huh. honest,
honest, because I was like, what does he do? He's on a he's a big. I don't listen to Pitbull.
Yeah.
To me, he's a feature artist.
Yeah,
But then, like, he did kind of put up a bunch of songs where he wasn't the main guy. But he
Yeah.
also did bring out some of his, like, oldies but goodies,
yeah.
Like Holiday Inn.
The ones that he's just got like in the vault.
Yeah.
Dude, he fucking brought the house. But I know that everybody was so hyped about Pitbull, but dude, when Enrique was out there, that was my moment.
I'm not. Yeah, same. Because I was like Ricky Martin. I was bored. That was when we went to go get food and drinks.
Yeah.
When he came out,
Yeah.
and then, but when Enrique came out, and what did he came out with Tonight I'm Loving You.
Yeah.
And then
And
he
I-
changed it into the graphic version.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I was singing the graphic version the whole time.
Oh, really?
The whole time. But yeah, no, he just came out like a fucking Greek god with like his arms both out, just
Yeah.
absorbing the applause. Yeah,
that
no.
shit was awesome.
That
You know what? The
fucking
only thing
fun.
that did suck
Huh.
for me that I thought would have made it better if we had been. I know it sounds bad because we were already pretty high up, but if we had been like 10 rows up higher and then to the left a little bit, there was a whole area of people just partying hard the whole time, and I was
Really?
like,
Yeah, I saw
that
them.
would have been. Yeah, I think I pointed them out to you. That would have been the best place to be because I don't even care if we can see them or not. I
Yeah.
was being next to people who want to party. It
Yeah.
would have been amazing.
It's crazy because when we were there, speaking of people that like want to party, the people that, well, obviously your girlfriend was on my left, so like she was going ham, and then on my right was like this couple. They were seated the entire time. It was weird.
I saw that, and they
No.
showed up late.
They showed up late. Yeah, they missed Ricky Martin completely, and then
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
honestly, yeah.
And also, the guy was recording the entire time. Yeah, he had like his phone out the entire time and was just there. And every time I would look, I'm like, oh, he's still going. It was weird.
That is
Very
weird.
strange.
That's
That
weird.
is really weird. Because let's be honest, how often do you guys look back at those videos? I do often, but not often enough to want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing, that's insane. But like, I do look back at like every concert that I've been to at least.
Yeah.
How many
I
have you
like
been
a
to?
lot. I've been to a lot. I don't really know the amount, but I think I told you like the number of artists that I've seen.
It was shocking. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
seen a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 2?
Yeah, 2 of them. I've seen 2 of them.
More than me. Actually, no, I've seen 3.
My list is at 33, I believe.
Yeah, no,
And
no.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've told us your list before, and I'm like, I'm always impressed. I'm just like, yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
Patrick.
I'm gonna go to more.
Okay, that was my
a
question.
good experience. Honestly, I wish there was something cooler, like maybe The Weeknd.
Uh-huh.
You know, I would even a Harry Styles. Actually, I don't fuck with Harry
The
Styles.
Weeknd's great.
But yeah, I
I
would see
can
like
see
a
that,
Weekend
yeah.
show in a heartbeat. You
Yeah.
know, I fuck with his music.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I think he's a sociopath. But anyway,
Yeah. Well, all of them are.
That is
Everybody's
true.
a sociopath.
He's a narcissist. Absolutely, he makes music for narcissists.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like if you're on a stage and there's a crowd cheering for you, you're a narcissist.
yeah, yeah. If you need
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
You need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
that is valid. So
Yeah.
valid.
So, first question: would you guys want to go as a group again?
Honestly, yeah. I did have a lot of
It
fun.
was chill as fuck.
Would
What do
you?
Yeah,
Let's
Oh,
check out one
100%.
of, because I would be down to go to like one of your shows, James, because you check out like these cool kind of young up and coming sort of like Asian hip hop people.
That'd
Dude,
be
I'm
cool.
trying so hard
Yeah.
for next year to I was gonna ask you guys who do you guys want to go see, but
Uh-huh.
for next year, I don't care if you guys go with me or not. I want to go see Green Day. I don't know how many more tours they have left in them. I don't know how many more chances I'm gonna have to go see them.
Yeah.
And especially right now that Billy still sounds like himself.
Mhm.
There's gonna be a point where Green Day just doesn't sound like themselves anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to wait till that.
That makes
Because I
sense.
saw their Lollapalooza stream from this year. They still sound good.
Mhm.
They still sound exciting. That's my goal for next year. I don't know about you guys though. Who are you guys trying to see?
This is problematic, but I want to see Chris Brown.
Oh fuck!
I know you guys. I know you guys' opinion on Chris Brown.
We think
I know
you-
the world's opinion on Chris Brown, and I agree with all of those opinions. But man, the guy can dance. God, the guy can dance.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna look to my music library. I want to see who I want to see next year.
I want to see Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
Ooh,
she's so
Dua Lipa
good.
would be
Dude,
good.
I was like listening to like a pop playlist, and she kept coming up.
Yeah.
like, every other song, and they're all fucking great.
Dude, she's so good. Her
Yeah.
You know what?
music's so good.
You know, speaking of, not that. No, I was telling my girlfriend while we were there because we were pretty far up in the United Center.
Yeah.
I was telling her though, we had the opportunity to go see BTS a bunch of years ago, but they would have been seats like that.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this isn't bad. I'm
This-
older now, I think, and I just want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This where we were sitting, I would have been fine with it. Price wise, I would have been okay with it, and more anything else, I think I would have been fine with just being there.
Yeah.
So I was telling him like, next time there's a K-pop act we want to see, I think even if it's like crazy expensive, we gotta sit back here. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Blackpink this year.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because I was like, no way, tickets probably expensive.
And then like you don't want to be all the way at the top.
Yeah, but now I'm
But
like
now-
thinking about it, I'm like, dude, my phone can reach.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like if I really want to record a memorable experience, I'll do that.
Like phones are so good now that like you're perfectly fine just being all the way at the top. Like
Oh,
Zoom's insane now.
100%. And it's so funny because that's not what I wanted to do when I was younger. Like last year, I went to my first concert and I made me and my girlfriend made sure that we were all the way up. Like we showed up early enough to get in line because it was just open venue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, or general admission, what do you call it? And we got pretty close, and we were really happy about that. But like, I think I'm getting old, man. I like seats.
You like seats?
I like seats. I like.
Getting old. You're 24.
Because it's like,
know.
because if you're closer, you just stand the whole time.
Well, the venue we were at is just standing.
Yeah, if you go to like a place that's just like general admission, like you're just standing like the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Which I do like that too, because then it's like you kind of have like you're forced to be in it almost.
Ooh, we should go see SZA.
I'd be down to see SZA. I only heard a handful of songs. I want to get more into her. That's the thing though. It's like I'm a big reader.
Yeah.
Like I will literally like if I like a book, but if it's not like super enchanting, I'll stick with it for 2 months to finish it
Uh-huh.
if I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music, I'll like find like you, Alex. I don't know how you do this. You listen to an entire album from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you do that.
Why?
Because for me, it's like I usually discover my music through like movies or sometimes on the radio.
Yeah.
That we're just like, oh, that one fucking song that was playing during that one moment was fucking fire. I'm gonna find it on Spotify and listen to it, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll never listen to the whole album. So
Dude.
like that's how I am, and I feel like I'm missing out because it's like it's art, it's beautiful art.
Yeah.
So I got to do that more. So yeah, SZA, I'd be down to see SZA if I like listen to more of her stuff.
Usually there's a story through an album too.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
That makes sense, but like the artists that I play kind of don't. I feel like it's all
Oh,
just kind of
okay.
like, you know what I mean?
Their
They're
own
like,
self-contained thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I think next. I mean, I want to see Jackson Wang for sure. I want
You
to
wanna
see
him
Camila
Jackson
Cabello.
Wang?
Yeah. I want to see Camila Cabello if she comes out with new stuff. Oh, I want to see Charlie Puth.
Oh, you're a big Charlie Puth fan.
Oh yeah.
Love
Bruno
his
Mars would be sick.
Bruno Mars would be sick.
Jay Park would be dope. Justin Bieber.
Dude, hell yeah.
I want to see Justin Bieber. Skrillex, but only 2012 Skrillex.
You want
I want a time machine first.
Frank Sinatra.
Wait, is he even still around?
Who knows?
Is he the guy who's like,
Kalani.
line up pizza, hits this guy, that's more or whatever the fuck that shit is?
That's something else, man.
Oh.
Dude, you just got so racist.
Kalani.
Dude, I'm surprised you know about Kalani. Actually, no. I want to see this person called Kiana Letty. She's very good.
Keanu Reeves does
Ooh.
movies, dumbass.
Whatever.
John Wick.
John Wick.
I want to see a lot of Spanish artists too.
I want to get more into Spanish artists as well. I
I want to see Becky G.
dude, who doesn't? I want to see Sia. I feel like Sia would be a good time.
Sia would be amazing.
Would be a
dude.
good
Yes.
Khalid.
I'm kind
I
of just
wanna
down to go to see anyone, to be honest.
I want to see. I want to see Khalid.
I want to see anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See ya.
I've been really
Maluma
getting-
would be sick to go.
Maluma, Bahama,
Rake.
come on, pretty mama.
I was actually. I thought it was
Santa Fe
Come on,
Clan.
Ricky Martin. I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of good artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. All right, so I think definitely we were supposed to go to Wisconsin this year all together, and then some dickhead said I didn't really want to go.
No,
But-
what happened was you guys were like, "Let's go on a trip," and then I said, "Spain."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your first trip.
As my go big or go home, bitch.
And we went home.
Damn it.
So,
I'll tell my girlfriend next
treat
year.
yourself.
For next year, I want to go on a trip. I don't care if it's just Wisconsin, but I want to do something in June.
Same.
I really want to do something. Speaking of, those are big boy moves.
Dude, yeah.
They are.
Going on trips
And
with the boys.
What?
Going on trips with the boys.
Oh yeah, big trips, right? And that's our topic today, adulting.
Oh shit.
We're all adults now. I think we're even me, you being the youngest one here. I think we're all adults now. I think we've all experienced a lot of the switches from teenage life to adult life, right?
Yeah, our balls dropped. Right, guys? All our balls dropped.
Wait, what?
All our balls dropped. Your balls dropped.
Why would they do that?
That's what happens when you become a man. Your balls drop.
Oh no.
Yours haven't dropped, sir? Dude, are you even a man?
I hate this bit. I hate that I play part in it.
You're the one that started it.
You chose to be that part.
I hate myself.
So what were you guys
Or the
thinking?
record, sorry. Did your balls drop? All right.
What did you guys want to be when you guys were younger? What did you guys want to be when you guys were younger?
Alex?
I've always wanted to be something in like entertainment. I've always wanted to be like an actor or like I've always wanted to be like a dancer too, kind of like a singer, but I can't sing to save my life. Like I've always just wanted to like do something in like entertainment, YouTuber, some shit,
Podcaster.
Oh my god, I'm living my dream.
What about you, Patrick?
A whole bunch of stuff. I wanted to be a soccer player because, Hispanic kid, of course. I wanted to be a soccer player. I wanted to be a paleontologist for a minute.
That's sick.
I wanted to
It's about pain.
paleontologist.
Paleontologist.
Yeah, no, soccer player, paleontologist. Since I read the last Percy Jackson book back in like the 8th grade.
I wanted to be a Greek god.
Oh God! And now it's writer. That's what I'm gonna be.
Writer's
Damn.
cool. That's
That's
what you're
good.
gonna be. Oh, I like
Damn.
that
I'm gonna
shit.
be.
Yeah,
He's
say it with
putting
your
it
chest,
out, putting it in the
motherfucker.
universe,
Say
putting
with
it
your fucking
out.
chest.
Can I have room? Can I have room to say it?
Now you know how it feels.
Oh, fuck you.
Maybe he feels
I'm
it
gonna be
now.
a writer.
Huh?
I'm gonna be a writer.
Can you
Sorry,
say it with
I
your
can't hear
fucking
you.
chest?
I'm gonna be a writer.
Oh, I don't believe him.
No, but that's good. One day we're gonna listen back to this
Yeah.
after you've written like all of the books.
Yeah, all of them.
He's gonna rewrite everything?
That's great. He's gonna rewrite history.
One day we'll sit here in the same living room
Yeah.
and talk about your book, and I'll try because I haven't read it. I'm sorry, but you like storytelling, and I like reading facts.
Okay.
And I would fact check your book.
You can't fact check a story.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you do Greek stuff.
No, I do a bunch of stuff.
Nah, just Greek stuff. You want to be a Greek god?
What about you, James?
I want to be an architect.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a comic book design. What do you call it? Comic
Artist?
book artist. Yeah, comic book artist when I was younger, really young. Then I wanted to do architecture. That was like the main two things that I wanted to. I never wanted to do anything that involves science, math, or anything.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just wanted to do anything that involved design.
Damn.
Yeah,
Little artsy boy.
artsy boy. So when you guys were younger and you guys had all these dreams, like what were you expecting adult life to look like?
Honestly, I was expecting it to be garbage because I knew I had it good as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Damn.
I think it kind of comes from watching so many like adult sitcoms growing up.
Uh huh.
Like we just saw how much it sucks to be an adult.
Yeah.
On Everybody Loves Raymond, The Simpsons, King of Queens. It's just fucking bills and
Yeah.
trying to make fun, like trying to squeeze in fun. And I was just like, no, I have like a pretty carefree high school life. I hang out with my friends, I hang out with my girlfriend. Things are chill as fuck. I knew that adulthood would just be downhill.
Oh my god! I was just gonna like slap you in the face.
Yeah, no, it really, I hated it. But
Damn, you always say the idea of getting older.
I truly do. Yeah.
I feel like you've always kind of spiraled like thinking about that too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because you got to get with us, dude. We're not here for a long time. We're just here for whatever time what's left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I already wrote my suicide note. You know?
I already wrote mine too, dude. Join us. We have a date, right?
I think we
Yeah.
actually have to bleep
2027?
that out
Why?
Why?
because it's talking about suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big topic issue.
It's not made up.
Big topic issue.
Fine. We wrote our suicide.
I wrote my unalive note.
However, I do enjoy the massive amounts of freedom I have.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that much freedom? Is that what like you were thinking like as like a high school student you were like, man, I can't wait to just have all the freedom. Like I can do what I want, but like all my
That's what
time.
that's what I would kind of hope for, just because it's like I felt like very limited. You know, it was carefree, but I was also very controlled.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so I was just kind of I can't wait to be away from that, but I couldn't actually picture it because I had a hard time picturing what was my life in my own hands.
Yeah.
and I still do.
Yeah.
I feel like this concert was a good time for you to. I feel like you don't need freedom from authority. You need freedom from yourself.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
think this concert was a good step towards that because
Yeah, I
it
know.
opened you up a little bit.
Because like you also just realize that like you said that you were like really like spacing out. You were kind of like in your head and stuff.
Yeah.
So you kind of can realize like, oh, I have a tendency to like be in my head and stuff like that. You know.
yeah.
What were you gonna say about that?
My problem has always been,
Dude, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Dude,
Asthma?
I can't breathe right now. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, man.
I think it's because yeah, I feel like I can smell your cat and I'm allergic to cats.
right. Yeah.
What's it smell like?
Puss. Go on, Patrick.
Yeah, no. Just because like I think I've sort of developed this thing of always being like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of like every situation, and I think it's kind of developed from never feeling I fit in anywhere. So I'm just kind of like I'm always 1 foot in, just enough to be somewhat present.
Yeah.
But I'm always everything's at a distance.
Yeah.
So that way I can't get hurt by it.
Yeah.
Like by feeling left out or neglected or rejected or whatever. And that's not a good way to be.
Nah, you gotta welcome that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go full.
Yeah.
Put both your feet in there.
No,
Yeah.
fully step out.
Go-
Do what I do. Do what I do. Just step out of everything and let it all pass by you.
No, you guys are both on the opposite thing of it.
He's like,
No.
what? We're all opposites. You're on the opposite side of me. He's between both of us.
Oh yeah.
I'm introverted as fuck.
Put your feet both in.
Yeah.
Get balls deep in there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Alex?
Full ejaculate. Huh?
What did you think of adulthood?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's a lot of like learning about yourself, what you like, what you dislike, what you'll put up with, what you won't put up with, what, you know, just what, basically. Adulthood's crazy.
The hood's
What the fuck were you just saying?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just thought, part of me thought it would be like easier. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I feel like part of me was just like, okay, I'm going to get older. And this is like when I can actually fully go into like whatever I want. But I'm also like, I hold myself back too, you know? What about you, James? What did you think about adulthood so far?
When I was younger, I definitely thought freedom was number one. In a time sense, I thought all the time I had would be up to me, what I wanted to do. And I don't think I'm gonna feel that freedom until I'm done with university.
Hi, British Queen.
It definitely doesn't feel like, because I have the responsibilities of an adult, but I have the schedule of a teenage student still, where I have like no time to myself still.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, a good teenage student, because none of us were good teenage students.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Definitely
That was
not.
terrible.
1.8 GPA, baby.
You?
Are you fucking serious?
No, it was like 2.2.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
I was expecting higher.
No, I mean my university GPA is pretty good. It's like a 3.57.
That's good.
That's
something like
amazing.
that, Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I played the system really hard.
Yeah.
Because grades don't count till you're a freshman. Then they don't count if you start in community college. So it resets basically. So you're good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people who were really bad at senior year, they were just like, I'm just gonna graduate and try again in community college.
So it kind of starts you over.
You're basically at a 0 almost. Well, you're at a 2,
Uh-huh.
and then when you transfer out to a university, you get to continue with that GPA, not your high school GPA. You basically forget everything you did in high school, especially if you're like me who didn't do anything and you were never involved.
Uh-huh.
it works out.
That's kind of nice. It gives you like that ground to like restart.
It's nice because I think it also is expected that not everyone is ready for school at the same time.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it takes a while for certain people to mature. I feel like that's taken me a while. Like I've always been kind of late to things, and like everybody else would like be like, for example, like driving. I was always like, everybody was driving at like 16, and I didn't drive until like I was like 20 or 21.
24.
What? No, it was like 20 or 21. And I just felt like, you know, like I wasn't mature enough to like handle like the responsibility of like driving.
But when you took it on, you were head on with it.
Yeah.
You were just kind of go for it. And
Yeah.
now you just drive like a dick. And
Yeah,
it's
like a reckless person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, this guy was never afraid. This guy saw Fast and the Furious once and he thinks he's Vin Diesel.
I'm Dominic Toretto.
Is there anything that came up in your life as an adult that was unexpected?
I can name a couple of things, but I might cry.
My hamster died.
But
You know what? So this is one. So
My balls dropped.
Oh, I really thought that I would become more comfortable with myself. Like in my 20s, I'm still not quite comfortable with myself.
I think in my 20s I got less comfortable with myself.
I think
I agree.
I did too.
Wait, for you?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
accepted who I am.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't comfortable with it.
Ah.
I felt like back in high school when I was a teenager, I was really easygoing.
Uh-huh.
I was
Oh, yeah?
light, and I could kind of get along with everybody. But now,
I hate you. Yeah.
oh God, so much. Okay, but now I really. I had I worked in like this one place for like 5 years, and I was like the youngest person there.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
switched
man.
and got into a new job where I was working with people my own age for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I didn't really go out. I became one of those people that like once I got into a relationship, I pretty much only hung out with my girlfriend. So my social muscles got weak. And so when I was around other people my age for the first time, it was like the first day at school and I was 5. Yeah, you know, so I just felt like so out of the loop with everybody.
Yeah.
So that was rough.
Took some adjustments.
Yes, and I feel like I'm just now finally getting my mojo and like my rhythm with like everybody.
That's good.
And I've been there for like 2 years now.
That's good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm figuring you out. Your emotional muscles were weak. That's why you work out so much.
No, that's everybody else. But you know what was one thing too was that like, you know, I told my girlfriend about this, so it's okay. But it's like when I'm like I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm 25 or 26 or whatever. I'm fine with beautiful women. Like I'm chill. Do you know what I mean? But then I would like they don't faze me anymore.
Oh,
Like how they
okay.
used to.
Yeah.
And then I go to work, and there are some very beautiful women where I work.
Yeah.
And I would clam up.
Yeah.
And I was like, no,
Dude, I would
I'm
do that
still
too.
this guy.
Yeah.
How am
I
I,
would do
still
that
this
too.
guy? Yeah, I'm still getting shy and
Wow.
and yeah. No, it's funny.
Being all flustered. You're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, there's a
You know,
girl.
that's really funny because I don't feel that. And I think I equated it to being in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
That I just never felt that. I can notice when someone's really attractive, but it doesn't phase me the same way.
Okay.
So that's really interesting, the fact that you've been in a longer term than me
Yeah.
and you're still feeling that.
Yeah.
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 And me,
Is there anything unexpected?
unexpected about adulthood. Is that what was your question?
Anything that came up unexpected for you?
Oh no, I did explain.
What?
Damn.
Yeah,
forgot.
go ahead. Explain it.
I did already.
Yeah. What do you say?
I don't think you said it.
I don't think you said
Really?
it 'cause Patrick
Yeah.
started it.
Yeah. You just agreed with my thing.
Yeah.
No, I said something about I didn't expect. Fuck, it's crazy. Patrick. See, that's exactly how it went down.
Yeah. James, what about you?
Taxes.
Yeah, Texas are rough.
Financials.
Oh,
Financials
that's
were definitely
big.
the financials part was definitely like I did not expect inflation to hit so hard.
Yeah.
I did not expect
Bills to be as much as they are.
I didn't expect that $1,000 is not enough to live off every month.
Yeah. I did not expect that.
That's not what I make, but that's like an example of like you
Yeah.
need minimum that to pay bills basically.
Yeah, and I didn't like expect that like financial knowledge or whatever is something that just doesn't come like just with like being an adult, like you have to actively try to like learn it.
Yeah. Actually, so that's interesting. I wasn't surprised at all by bills and shit like that because it's like we didn't grow up with money at all.
Yeah.
And I saw kind of like that. That's why I kind of knew that like I have it good right now because I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah.
That was up to our dad.
Yeah.
You know, but like going in, I was like, because you know, there's like that thing of just like when you are raised with money, you learn how to have money when you're older.
Yeah.
So I would see like my other friends who like came up upper middle class and they stayed upper middle class.
Yeah.
When after college, you know, but then I'm like, no, I wasn't surprised at all by bills. I wasn't surprised at all by how broke I would be.
Damn.
Bills didn't surprise me so much because most of the bills I've ever had to take care of were optional. Basically, you know, whether it's my personal ones, like subscription-based stuff, like I've been paying Adobe Photoshop for like years now, so it's just become part of my.
What about for OnlyFans?
No, that's where I make my money. Yeah, I run a live DJ set every Friday. When it came to other stuff, though, you know, let's say car bills and stuff like that, never became an issue. I mean, I take care of all the car's insurance here. I choose the coverage. I choose what I think is best for us.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, you know, you also need a certain amount of coverage. When you look into insurance, well, it's a whole different topic, but when you look into insurance, you have to be really careful what your coverage actually does. It might say full coverage, it might say certain things, but then if you actually get into an accident, you're not actually covered.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful, and some insurances just suck. Same thing with like phone, even phone stuff. Like I got my phone bill, but it's kind of an active choice too. I'm like,
I thought he was about to say I have my phone guy.
oh no, I got my phone bill, and it's like I can choose to change phones, but I'm at a point now where I realized a few years ago I don't change phones as rapidly anymore because one, I don't use my phone. I really don't use my phone as much as other people do. Two, my phone does more than enough.
Yeah.
It does everything I need to do at the fastest speed it can, and I'm more than sufficient with it. So that's kind of, but my financial stuff, I meant more like saving. Saving money is really hard.
Yeah.
I think late in senior year of high school, I found out like, you know, I think it was like 80% of Americans can't afford to spend $400 in a month or else it would financially kill them.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. That's why I've always made an effort to always try to be a little bit above that, at least like in savings and stuff like that. Because like, dude, my car, for example, just randomly needed tires, needed a new turbo, it needed a new water holder, whatever it's called. It needed a new
lighter fluid.
Yeah. Blinker fluid.
Blinker fluid. That's what I meant. Not lighter fluid.
It needed a new belt for the engine.
Damn.
It needed new tires. That stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
But then also, if you go to your dealership, that's a choice you make to go fucking pay extra.
Yeah.
But if you go to like an actual mechanic, they'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also found that out. That was a big adult change. My knowledge in cars. Early on, I was like, changing tires is easy, you know, or oil, things like that. You just go to the guy. Now it's like, you actually should do some research. Not everything you go to your dealership for should cost this much, or a piece should cost this much. Or, for example, even this is like a little controversial, but you don't need to buy original manufactured parts for your car.
Yeah,
it's like my car that's over 100,000 miles. It doesn't need an original, let's just say windshield wipers. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's pieces in there that will go with age or use, and it's like I don't need that. But no one told me that early on until I found a mechanic that was be honest with me.
Yeah.
And that's also a big thing. You need a good mechanic. Shout out Pedro.
Shout
you made that up?
Yeah, I did. Because I don't know his actual name.
Yeah.
What do you guys wish you had done different?
I got into a lot of credit card debt, and I really wish that like I was just like smarter with money, because I've never grown up with like a good idea of what money is and what it isn't. You know what I mean? Like I just know that like
It's legal tender.
Huh?
It's legal tender, sir.
Explain.
That is what money is.
It's like another term for money.
Oh, okay.
Nah, dude. Use your big boy brain.
Like chicken tenders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or medium rare.
Medium rare chicken. Disgusting. But yeah, I wasn't expecting. Wait, what did I just say?
You weren't expecting to get. Sorry, you wish you didn't get so much credit card debt.
Oh yeah,
you didn't
for
have a
sure.
good idea of money or something.
Yeah, because then like I've had plans to like get my own place and stuff for like a really long time, and like I was thinking about this since I was like 21. But because I'm just so bad with like money and stuff, it just keeps coming up that like learn your lesson. Don't put everything that you buy into a credit card. Like make sure that like what you're paying for you can afford to like actually pay for it and stuff like that. Don't just keep doing that, because interest is a very real thing. You know, and it's just gonna keep piling up, and now you're like further down the road, and now you're still not on your own. You know what I mean? And that just kind of sucks.
I think I just paid off my credit card, like 2/3 of it, all in one go the other day, and I was just like,
It's such
Just-
a great feeling.
It's a great feeling to know that like in the next few months I'll be done paying off my card. I never had like a ridiculous amount of debt on it, but it did get to a point where I was like, it was starting to teeter-totter a little bit, you know, where it's like I'm putting in money, but now I have expenses to make.
Yeah.
And I'm being too carefree with my money. So
Yeah.
now I'm putting in a credit card and I'm back to the same point. And then, you know, it's a
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
And realizing that cycle early on, at least, I think is going to help me in the future.
Yeah.
Because I think I could have easily paid it off maybe in 2 months if I just decided I'm not spending anything.
Yeah.
I'm driving on water or something, you know. But I could, you know, I would have been a hard 2 months, but I'd rather that than a hard 30 years.
Yeah.
But I think that honestly saved me from getting to a point where I would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's so smart. And like just like also just going, cuz like I'm so not like I didn't grow up knowing a lot about money, but like that doesn't mean that I can't learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there are so many options. There's books out there that like help
Yeah.
you, teach you financial things, you know, and I'm just like they're
Yeah,
there.
I mean, you're heavily into stocks, and I gave up on it. I was just like, my money's in there, and then I look at it every once in a while. I'm just like, oh, that stock split. Oh, that one grew, or this one did that. And I was like, I forgot to take out an option the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It was worth like $200 when I put $30 in there. And
Oh no.
yeah, it's down to like $10, and I'm just like, and it wasn't like it wasn't $200 for like a day. It was like a while.
Yeah,
I
like
just
it
never.
grew.
And I was like, this is bad, but I have play money in my Robinhood account,
Yeah.
so I didn't feel that bad about it.
Yeah.
But it did teach me that I was like, oh, I am one of those people who can put money in a stock and leave it for years to come.
And not just keep looking at it over and over.
Because I only have blue chip stocks, and
Yeah.
those should, in theory, do fine
Yeah.
over the course of 40 years.
Yeah.
But I need a lot more of those
Yeah.
to actually, do something with them.
If you do that, I feel like a good move would be like looking into those dividend stocks.
I have a lot of those.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
those are the ones I get. Like Apple's a great dividend stock.
Yeah.
And then I just reinvest. And then Robinhood has that feature where you can just reinvest it into like pieces of that stock, which I don't understand
Yeah.
that part, but
Uh-huh.
whatever. Unexpectedly though, I don't think there's much that I would change.
Yeah.
I think I'm very much a big believer in that every mistake you make brings you to where you are.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think there's anything different I would have done.
Yeah.
There's nothing different I could have done either.
Yeah. And then like
Yeah.
also with my credit card debt and stuff like that, there is like a silver lining in it because it also helped me gain like a lot of experiences that I would have not have gotten had I not put it on my card, like going on like trips or like concerts or whatever.
Dude, how many miles you got on that card now, dude?
Miles?
Like airline miles. You don't have those rewards on?
No, I don't. I don't have it on that one. Also, maybe I do, but I just don't know how that shit works.
I don't know what credit card you have. You have Chase. Chase makes it so easy to
Chase is a good one.
Chase is the best one for, in my opinion, the best credit card to
Yeah.
start with. It's a great. You get a good rate at the beginning.
Yeah.
You get an incentive sometimes too to sign up for it. The
Yeah.
Unlimited Freedom one. It's not an ad, but
think
I
it's like
heavily
2.5
believe in it.
points, right? Like 2.5, something like that, I think.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
5.
5?
Something like that. And then if you spend it in restaurants and things like that,
Yeah.
it's basically rewarding you for having good habits.
Yeah.
So spend it on the right things like gas, convenience stores,
Yeah.
restaurants and things like that. Those are things you probably should be using your credit card because those are things you can immediately pay off.
Yeah.
And then you also have to learn, this is a secret for a lot of people. You don't pay your credit card when it's due. You
Yeah.
pay your credit card when the cycle ends.
Yeah.
Or, well, obviously before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and a lot of people don't know that. I know that, and I still don't do it.
Yeah. It's because like also like it takes time for that to like go through in the system. So
Yeah.
even if you're paying it like on time and how it looks, it might not even appear that it's on time.
I'm pretty sure that's why I lost 2 points on my credit score because I paid once. I paid right on the day it was due, and even though technically the app was saying it's fine,
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure that's why I lost 2 points because it probably registered as late.
Yeah.
But I think on Chase you get a notification for that, so then you can fight it
Yeah.
or whatever you call it.
Uh-huh.
Not too bad though. I mean,
Yeah.
credit card is like the major thing I think most people regret, but later on in life.
So on this journey of being fucking adults, 30s in the next, a little bit away. What do you guys think your 30s are going to look like?
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna die in 2 years. That's how I feel.
That's fucking alarming.
Lit. Oh,
If you buy a PS5 in that time, can you put it in your will for me?
Sure.
Nice. Nice.
did that realistically?
And that's called investing.
No, investing in your family members.
Yeah.
You buy on the PS5 now, you get it later.
Oh, Oh God, Patrick, I hope you're okay.
Here's the thing. You guys didn't ask me my regret or like what I did different.
Uh huh.
I wish I didn't self-isolate.
Oh yeah.
It was completely by
Self-isolate? What is that? Is that like
Oh.
another pyramid scheme?
Another.
like I just basically walked away from anybody who wasn't
Oh,
my
self-isolate. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish
What
I
did
did.
you think he said?
Sell-isolate.
Oh,
self-isolate.
That's why I was like, that pyramid scheme?
No.
Isolate does sound like some pyramid scheme shit.
It actually does.
Sounds like a good one, too.
Yeah, no, I self-isolated. Anybody who wasn't my immediate family or my girlfriend, I just didn't spend any time with.
Yeah.
And that was never my intention. It just happened.
Same, but that's a choice. Bye-bye.
And it's my choice, and I made it every weekend
Yeah.
I
to
still
not
make that choice.
do anything different.
Uh-huh.
So I guess at the very least, going forward, I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, then going to James, since you do self-isolate, but on purpose, do you think in your 30s you're still going to continue?
Now, this year for university especially, I realized that LinkedIn, for example, is the professional social network.
Yeah.
And we're using it a lot. And I realized, I was like, oh, I have a lot more reach in LinkedIn on a professional space than I do in social media. So, and people care about what I say on LinkedIn because people can relate to it and people want to work with you and things like that. So I realized it wasn't really about my choice to self-isolate and be more introverted. I don't regret it.
Yeah.
I stand by it 100%.
Yeah.
Because now I'm realizing it just wasn't my space. My space is where I can bounce ideas with a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
And LinkedIn's just an example of that where I can, if someone does something really cool or something really good, I can congratulate them. Or
Yeah.
if someone's like, hey, I'm finally reached this milestone. I'm very, like, I found my group of people.
Yeah.
Basically. So, like, at university, I'm talking to people and I'm like, we're having these conversations about, assignments, things like that. But we can also have conversations about other things that I could have with, let's say, you guys or your friends.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to have those conversations with your friends because it's just not my people.
Yeah.
But those people, I feel like, are more my people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it was just about finding your group for me, it was about finding my group.
Yeah.
And I realized that my group is just people who are creative, who have like these big aspirations. And like being 100% honest, 90% of them will make their aspirations. But I like the fact that they have that drive.
Yeah.
And that drive, I think, is something that we share.
Mm.
So that's why I don't regret it.
Yeah.
For me, it was just about finding a group that I said, this is cool. And being honest with you, they're not even my friends. They're acquaintances.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm being super social going out. You get invited to these events, things like that. I don't go.
Uh-huh.
It's just nice to have people to bounce ideas off of.
Do you think you will go?
I want to go to a football game for sure because we have like really sick ones. We have a lot of cool tailgates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And our professors are lit, so they go to the tailgates and
Yeah.
drink too. It's funny, but no. Honestly, I don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, I'll probably regret it later. But to be honest, too, I don't have friends out there like that are friends. So it's like, it's not just about showing up, doing it. I have to find my people,
Yeah.
and I know like one other person there.
Yeah.
That's like a friend.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. But I think 30s wise though, I don't know what my 30s are gonna look like. I think I'm just gonna be focusing on. I'm hoping. I have high aspirations, but I hope I'm just career focused at my 30s at that point.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
That's smart.
I don't really want to work my whole life.
Yeah. I
So-
feel that.
It would be nice to kind of have a plan in
Yeah.
my 30s that I can work on till my 50s
Very,
and then
very
die.
true. So you guys have been like, giving some good answers. I like all your answers.
You guys have been.
You guys have been giving some good answers, but I think we should jump topics because I know you guys have been in relationships for a while, right?
Prove
Yeah.
it.
It says here on this sheet of paper that you guys have been together with your girlfriends for a long time.
Yeah.
I combined 16 years.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
If we combine ours.
Why would you do that? Who's asking you to
It sounds
combine
better
them?
because it sounds better.
Who's asking you guys to combine them? But like, since you guys have been in a relationship for so long, sometimes you lose that flair, you lose that spark. Like it's like, yo,
Okay.
let's try some shit. Would you guys ever be in an open relationship?
Dude, this is such a weirdly prying question.
I'm down for your question, but like, be more mature about it.
It's such a looking at a couple. Have you guys ever considered sharing a fuck?
Jesus
Well, I mean, I feel like it's
Christ.
just been serious, like so serious the entire time.
You
Like, I
could
want
have
some
kept that
fun.
tone. You could have kept that tone.
I
You
want
coulda-
some fun.
Oh, we could be taken as the mature.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
thought
know if
about
I
it.
could be in an open relationship. I think I'd rather
because they're so complicated.
Yeah,
They're
sometimes.
so complicated.
No,
You gotta-
you're complicated.
fuck you. Anyway, yeah, because it's like yo, there's this baddie over here. Can I go talk to her and try and smash or whatever? You gotta run it by the other person, and then they gotta be like,
No.
oh, you know, they're a little too hot. I'm a little uncomfortable with that, or and vice versa.
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like, you know what, they look like they might be trouble, and then the other person's got to be okay with the fact that you got a main and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And then it's like, do you really want to get involved with somebody who's okay with being the side piece? Like,
Yeah.
what's their fucking bag? And it's just, I would rather just be single before I'd be in an open relationship.
I think you made it overcomplicated.
No, that's
there's-
just how it. If you're going to respect the other person's feelings, it has to be weirdly complicated.
Not really, because if you're supposed to set rules. Those
Yeah.
you're supposed to set rules early on, so you don't have to ask your partner like, hey, do you mind if I go talk to this person? The rules are set like,
Fair enough.
this is the bar. You have to stay within this level of whatever. Whether it's like you can't fall in love with them, you can't do this with them.
Yeah.
I got to get to know them first, so I know we're not getting into some trouble.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rules, and that's what I think makes attractive the people who are into it, because they're like, no, we're just gonna be mature about this. We both want this. Cool. These are the rules. Follow the rules. Done.
Yeah.
Right. But I think your thoughts about it are very from the side of someone who just doesn't have interest in it, which is fair.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense why. But I thought about it for a long time too. I was like, could I do it? And I just decided no. It's not for me. I think in my head, I know it's not for everyone, but I know in my head, it's just about like making love. Like literally, it's just about you hooking up with other people. It's not
Yeah.
about you and growing. It's like you're not growing your social network or whatever it is you would call it. You're not building this bigger relationship. You're just trying to hook up with random people, basically, or on
Yeah, I
both
can see
sides.
that.
So that's in my head, right? And in my head, I'm like, I don't really need that.
Yeah.
I also don't. I mean, like, I don't have the time to like go. It's like you need a lot of time to focus on your actual relationship, and
Yeah.
for you to take that time away and put into someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, either you're like a millionaire and you have all the time in the world, or you just don't care about your partner.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it for me.
It's almost like a loophole for like cheaters, where it's kind of like if I know myself to be a cheater, then maybe like if I talk to my girlfriend and I'll be like, hey, I kind of want to do an open relationship. It's almost kind of like you're cheating with permission, you know?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you're coming at them and it was something you guys never talked about, it's because you met somebody you want to sleep with.
Sometimes, yeah.
And you've been flirting.
Or like
and
you
they're
have,
all
like, that
teed up
urge.
and ready to go.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, all right, I don't want to be a technical cheater.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get permission real quick.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it just adds a lot of like, it just adds a different layer to like a relationship, because then it's like, I don't know, like you're testing the limits to what your relationship could take. And that's just so risky, because then like you're risking like the foundation of like your own relationship.
Yeah, but you know, there are some people who do it all the time and they can do it. But I also just feel like, honestly, like sometimes it just feels like you're either like really young or you're old.
Yeah.
That's what it just feels
Yeah,
like. But
yeah.
people our age at range, if you just want to fuck around, you just fuck around.
And that's
Yeah.
fine. But here's
You
the
know
thing.
what I mean?
I also think a lot of people don't know how to date anymore.
Yeah.
When you date someone, you don't have to, you're not exclusive with them. You're dating around.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forgot how to date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Or
get betrayed by it.
they
Even
never
though
learn.
like it's like an open secret, it seems like, based on what I've seen on Twitter, you know what I mean? Because I'm an outside observer, obviously. I haven't been single since I was 17.
Yeah.
And but it really just seems like everyone is hyper upset that the person, well, like that meme of like, you're the only guy I'm talking to,
Yeah.
rolls eyes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, but like you're all single, you're
Yeah.
all dating.
And like we're all in on it too, because it's like we all know that like, okay, that you're talking to somebody else, or like this
Yeah.
person talking to somebody else.
Like
yeah.
you're cool and attractive. Of course, you're talking to multiple people. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you because I think you're interesting. I'm not the only one who's gonna think that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Also, what are the chances that we're compatible?
Yeah.
yeah,
But that's also a good marker. If someone isn't okay with you dating around when you guys are in that dating phase,
Yeah.
and then you guys are dating around, like, then you probably also know that person is not going to share the same values or mentality as you.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, right? A lot of people lose their own values for other people just because they think they need to appease other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, someone who's like dating around, doing it that way, they might just be like, I gotta stop doing this because a lot of partners don't like it. So I gotta stop. I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But they don't realize, like, first, look at if it's a healthy thing you're doing. Two, look at if, like, well, is that the kind of partner you want?
Yeah.
And most people get divorced because of that too, because they early on mess up and they get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, or also it's just kind of a thing of like, yeah, like we've been casually seeing each other. I actually really vibe with you. Just have the straight up thing of like, can we go steady now? It's a
Yeah.
little old fashioned.
It sounds
but it's,
like it,
but it's just kind of like, yo, I really like you. I want to be just exclusive with
Exclusive,
you.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop dating other people, and if you're cool with it, I would want you to stop dating other people too.
Yeah.
I mean, just to end on this too, open relationships scare me too, because I've heard so many horror stories of where one partner goes into it basically, and the other person just gets pressured into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just because like somebody sometimes it's like I don't want to lose them,
Yeah.
and then they become basically the side piece, and then it's kind of like they're just watching like the love of their life fuck around with like other people.
Especially, it's like, let's be fucking honest. The girl's gonna get way more attention than the guy.
Yeah,
That's just how it is. And if
Yeah.
you're the guy who pressured your girl into the open relationship, and she just starts getting match after match after match on Tinder,
Yeah.
and the 20-year-olds you're chasing are doing responding.
You know, that might, if you're into it though, you might like your girl getting that attention, because you might actually feel that like ego boost yourself, like
Yeah.
that's right, that's my girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
takes
valid.
but that also takes a special kind of person, and that's
It does.
nothing wrong with that. That's also the thing I hate a lot about those kinds of conversations too, where they see someone's like, oh, that guy is really into his girl getting all this attention. That's so weird. It's like, no,
Like,
he's into that.
Like he's a cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, one, I would hope so. He's secure. Two, I would hope that she's actually trustworthy, right?
Right.
Or in vice versa. But just some people like that. It's an ego boost. There's nothing wrong with having an ego boost every once in a while.
Yeah, it's
Being a
kinda
narcissist
like-
is completely different.
it's like almost like showing off your girl too. It's like
Yeah, and you know what? And like I've said it before, like in private, even though people love to call each other cuck as if it's like the lowest thing you could possibly be, those guys are winning. Actually, they turned most people's general insecurity into a fucking superpower.
seeing their girl get fucked.
Like the insecurity that the other person will want other people.
Are you a cuck?
No, God no. I'm so jealous. That sometimes I
get what you're
wish
saying.
I was, just so this jealousy and like this
You get
potential.
jealous?
I do get jealous.
That's crazy.
I do get jealous, and it's like and it's like I wish I wouldn't have to worry about that.
You know what? That
Yeah.
makes sense to me, though.
It's-
I feel like having a high ego helps you not be jealous, and I feel like you don't really have an ego.
No, I feel like having an ego makes you more jealous. It's more about being secure with yourself.
Yeah.
Then I
'cause,
don't know
like-
what's wrong with me. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I don't feel happy.
think
I don't feel
you're
sad. I don't
more
feel jealousy.
secure in
I don't feel
yourself.
shit.
I don't think you have much of an ego then.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm very secure of myself, though.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
but yeah, that is true, James. Some people just like, yo, yeah, I got a total baddie. Look
Yeah.
at her, do
And it-
whatever, but
and it
she's
takes the
always going
right-
to come back to me.
And it takes the right partner for that, because some
Yeah.
people take that as like you're using me as an object, you're using me as like a trophy, and that's wrong if you don't like that. But some people do. Some
Yeah.
people legit, and it's like that's the one thing I don't like is some people do want those things, and you can't kink shame. You can't
No.
shame them for having these interests or wanting to feel a certain way. Some people go their whole lives without being told how they look.
Yeah.
And sometimes they need that phase.
You know what though? That's interesting that you brought that up, like the horror stories of this sort of stuff. Because like I always hear the horror story of just like, yeah, we had an open relationship or whatever, and the girl got way more way more play than the other guy,
Yeah.
But I was on Reddit. I was on like one of these like off your chests, like true off my chest subreddits, and this woman talked about how her husband had the cuck kink.
Yeah.
And that and then she explained how like like he told me that he had this kink, he wanted to try it, I wasn't into it, I'm really monogamous, but like we would kind of dance around the topic, we would like involve the idea of it in our dirty talk and our foreplay or role play or whatever. But then came the day where it's like he was like, no, I mean it, I want to try it, I want you to go sleep with somebody and come back. We can get like really vulgar with this, right?
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Okay, but basically he like because she said he wanted her to come home with another man's load in her.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like that's
a
how
very specific. One.
very specific, right?
Ew.
And so so she was like, okay, I love him, he's my husband. So she went out, she went to a bar, she talked to the first guy. They slept together. She hated it. He smelled like cigarettes. She came home and like the way he looked at me, like I was some fucking piece of meat, made my stomach curl, like made my skin crawl. I hated it. It made me feel used. It made me feel dirty.
Yeah.
And like since then, like it like ruined her sex attitude towards him. Like she just didn't want it with him anymore.
Yeah.
And and like he
Yeah.
felt really bad. And yeah, like just because somebody says like, "Yo, I want you to go fuck other people," doesn't mean that the other one wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are monogamous as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most men are monogamous.
Yeah, but I think it's like the ego thing that tells them that like, no, we can get more. Yeah.
You are 100% right.
Yeah.
Because then I think but most men regret it. Is like
I
there's
think
so many right horsers. I think we're getting close to the end, so let's rapid fire these last two.
Okay. What's the worst first date you guys have been on? Oh no, sorry. What's the worst first date in general? What do you guys think would just be like the worst date to go on?
You know what? I just heard stories from like other people where it's like because I just saw The Wolf of Wall Street the other day.
Uh-huh.
Or a couple of weeks ago, and you know how there's like that scene where it's just like, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
Apparently there are women who were just kind of like, when they were dating when that movie came out, so many like dudes back then
Would tell them to
Be like-
sell them a pen?
to sell me this pen because they thought it was fucking cool. Because I guess they thought that it would make them Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And they
I'm
go
just-
to business school, but they're just marketing majors.
Or they just watch a lot of marketing videos on YouTube. You
Yeah,
know what I
fuck
mean?
you.
You know, like they think they're finance bros or some
Yeah.
shit, like Wall Street Bets types, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
like the way he's talking about us.
that sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, that sounds the worst.
yeah.
We know things. Bitcoin,
Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, for
Ethereum,
sure.
Dogecoin.
No,
blockchain.
the pipeline from
No,
sell
it's
me this,
blockchain.
the pipeline from like sell me this pen to Bitcoin, bro, is one
Yeah,
lane, my dude. Yeah.
It's quick. It's
Yeah.
quick. I think going to the movies is like a really bad first date.
It's a terrible day.
You know
Terrible.
What, you know what I heard is what is the best way to do it? Because people always do dinner then movie,
Yeah.
movie then dinner. Because
Because
then,
then you have something to like talk about
yeah,
over dinner.
exactly.
Yeah.
That way you have a common experience that you guys can both bounce off of, rather than just trying to make conversation out of thin air.
No, because then like going to a movie with somebody also that way works because like sometimes when like you eat and then you go see a movie, like sometimes your stomach starts to like digest and it starts to be all like shit, you know, while you're sitting there, you don't want to be like, oh shit, she probably thinks I have diarrhea.
You know what's a little tip too? I found out later.
Huh.
I saw it on TikTok the other day. I was like, this actually makes sense. Once you're actually dating someone or you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
let's just say you've been dating for like a while.
Uh-huh.
A good way to do movie dates and dinners is, and because most of the time it's like, oh, we'll have sex at the end.
Uh-huh.
Have sex first. Get it out of the way.
Okay.
Then you guys can watch your movie and you guys can enjoy dinner and you don't have to feel that self-conscious. You don't have to feel like you can't eat. You don't have
Yeah.
to feel like you need to keep yourself pristine the whole day.
Yeah.
You start the date that way and it just
Yeah.
becomes like, it's a different vibe, first of all. And then two, it allows you to be more comfortable throughout the actual date and enjoy each other. Because you're not anticipating this big night.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. It takes away the stress of it and stuff. You
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
kinda like,
that's
is it
stress,
gonna
yeah.
happen? Is it not gonna happen?
Yeah.
I mean, if like I said, it was for couples.
long term.
Yeah, so it's like you usually know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that was the tip, and I was like, that's a great tip.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way, you're done.
But also, if you're
I
in
did
a
that today.
relationship for like a while, aren't you kind of just comfortable with the person? So it's like it could be like I'm gonna eat these fucking nachos and I'm gonna be bloated as shit,
Here's the thing, though.
but I'm still gonna ram you.
After 10 years, I still I try to be as pristine as possible.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, just because it's like, you know, you eat, you bloat like anybody else.
Yeah.
And you like, I'm just like, okay, if this is coming, I probably shouldn't have the spicy food that I really want.
Yeah. You want
know?
to feel like confident too. So,
Exactly.
like, yeah.
I don't want to feel weighed down
And, like,
by the
sluggish,
meal.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
But like I just think like going to see a movie with somebody as like the first date, it's so weird because like you're not comfortable like with their presence yet, and like you kind of have to be quiet during a movie too.
That
So
is-
it's kind of like, can you even like enjoy the movie while like this person that's like maybe a stranger to you who's just
Yeah.
sitting next to you, and it's like you want to show them that you're interested, but you're also not trying to be too much where you're not watching the movie.
I think the best advice though is always just keep dating your partner. Never
Yeah.
stop dating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
That's
seen
why
that too.
That's why
Yeah.
that whole comfortability thing is a hit or miss. You can be comfortable, but I mean, like, you stop dressing up for your partner. You're asking for your partner to leave.
Yeah.
It's not even about how much you love them. It's not how much you do for them at that moment. It just sometimes people just want to be valued.
Yeah.
And when you,
You know-
lose yourself a little bit, you interrupt me again. You piece of shit. I'll kick your ass. You really really show them disrespect,
Yeah.
and they can feel unvaluable,
Uh-huh.
and that's scary.
Yeah.
Once you feel invaluable, it's very hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
It's like it's like respect. Once you lose the respect of someone, getting that trust is very hard.
Yeah.
That's why like cheating. You can't come
Yeah.
back from that.
Yeah.
You know what's one thing? So I'm with my coworkers a lot, and
sometimes the concept like the topic of cheating comes up, like specifically like what counts as cheating. One of my coworkers and I, we were talking about like bro, is this cheating, is this cheating, and I kept saying no to most of the stuff he said, where it was like, say you got a girl, and I'm like, I do have a girl, and he was like, okay, cool. Like, it was like, say,
No,
would you,
it's like, no, sir, pretend.
like oh, what did he say? He was like, is flirting cheating? I said no. Here's the thing, it's not great.
Yeah.
I would not like it if I found out my girlfriend was flirting with somebody else.
Yeah.
But did it get you like Ricky Martin tickets or something? Because then I'd be upset.
Because here's the thing, it's like, because people just be like, oh, if they're flirting, that's cheating. If they're liking their Instagram post, that's cheating.
Yeah.
If they're hanging out with them one-on-one, like that's cheating. And I'm just kind of like, when I hear all this stuff, I'm like, why do you want to be labeled a cheated on person so bad? Right? Because I'm just kind of like, if I'm going to accuse my partner of cheating, I'm going to be like the DEA. I'm going to have an ironclad case against them.
Yeah.
Because to accept that you've been cheated on takes a fucking mental toll on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to like, okay, from now, obviously it's over. And if I'm going to end the relationship, it's not going to be over like, oh, you kind of flirt with somebody sometimes. Like that's pussy shit to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't I wouldn't consider it cheating, but definitely I would have like an open conversation with them and
Yeah.
kind of like tell them like, hey,
Why
I
are
don't
you-
really like this. Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? Why
Yeah.
are you entertaining this type of thing? Whatever, maybe, and then like get to like a thing where it's like, just like
It is
just
something
talk
that-
about it.
Warrants investigation, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to be like, yeah, no, she cheated on me, bro. What'd she
Yeah.
do? She called a guy handsome.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think
that'll be
that-
weird.
That's not cheating.
That's
Yeah.
pussy ass bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, really, dude? Was
Yeah.
he handsome? I saw him. He is handsome.
I wouldn't call anything cheating. It would just be like, we're not compatible anymore.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it would raise the question like, why are you doing this? And
Yeah.
chances, probably are like, I'm just not feeling it with you. It's like, then we're done.
Yeah.
It's just that, it sucks.
Yeah.
Wait, have you been cheating on, James? Have you been cheated on?
Yeah,
What?
You didn't know this?
I did not know this.
early on.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
she... Do we have to beat up your girlfriend right now?
Not this one.
I know, I'm just
and also, you just said how much you hate Chris Brown.
Look at his playlist, dude. It's just full of it.
Yeah. His album that just dropped has 22 songs on it, and I liked every single one.
And he gave it a rating.
Dude, imagine if you could.
All right. Did you guys have any embarrassing date moments?
Ooh.
I've had some embarrassing fumbles.
fumbles.
Yeah, before my current girlfriend.
Like what?
Oh, like what?
There was this one girl who...
Did you miss
really-
the ball?
There was this one girl who really
Did you
liked
get it?
me.
Fumble?
Ah,
There's
football.
This was
Football.
Football's stupid. Anyway, so
You're stupid.
I know. Anyway, no, this story will prove that I'm stupid. There was this one girl way back in the day.
Good transition.
Way back in the day, she was
Thanks for bringing it
beautiful.
up.
She was beautiful. She was charismatic. Every guy wanted her,
Jeff Hardy.
and she was really into me for some reason.
Uh huh.
And there was like here's like this story to this day. Are so stupid. To this day, like I still just being like, I'm still shook by this moment. I was on the soccer team at the time, and she was, I think, a cheerleader, and it was the end of everybody's practice. We were all waiting by the school parking lot to get picked up, right?
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of us talking, and I was talking to one of my teammates, and to the left of me was one of my other teammates, and right in front of him was her. So he was standing directly between us, and he was like trying to spit some game at her, and it was weak. And
Dang.
anyway, so we're talking, and I'm talking to my teammate, and then from the side, because of course I liked her, so I was hyper aware of her.
Yeah.
Because when you like someone, you're just hyper aware of their presence.
Yeah.
She grabbed
Nah,
him.
I can't see.
She grabbed him by the shoulders
Yeah.
and moved him
Oh.
out of being
Next to her.
Next to her.
Oh, God.
So she was still talking to him.
Yeah.
But she moved him so that way she could see me directly.
Wow.
And she just said
Ooh,
very
power
sweetly, because that by itself was enough.
Yeah.
And but then she said with all the confidence in the world, and like, oh, hi Patrick, I'm sorry, it's just the light is hitting you so good right now.
Oh wow. Holy hell. That guy shit. He still thinks about that to this day.
Biggest,
Dang.
you know what, that might be his biggest L.
Yeah.
But like,
no, that's his canon event. He changed after that.
never the
He
same.
changed. He has $1 million right now because of that moment. That dude fucking that should change them for life.
You know what's so
Yeah.
funny? The whole time when you were saying that story, all I imagined was her getting on the bus, and then you just hear all this.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy thing. Alex messed me up. Alex really messed me up. I couldn't stop thinking about
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, no, she likes me so much. She made it so obvious, and I was just too scared. So that's my embarrassing fumble. That's what
Yeah.
I can say. So that was my fumble. What about you, James?
Any embarrassing moments?
Nah.
I'm trying to think of some, and I just can't come up with anything. I know that I've definitely had some, but I don't know. Nothing comes to mind.
I've never had anything weird. Like I've never had a card decline in the middle of like paying for a date.
Oh,
I've
that
never
would be
had-
the worst.
That would be terrible. But then again, even when I was going on more extravagant dates, I had a credit card too. So
Yeah.
I always went prepared. Plus,
you always got that thing on you.
got that thing on me.
I can't think of anything that's like happened that I've been embarrassed about. That
Definitely not, because like I feel like embarrassing stuff like that like stays with you.
yeah.
You know, the fact that you can't pull anything, I guess you've been pretty okay.
I've never had embarrassing moments on dates. I'm sure I've made a fool of myself, but I don't think it's made me feel embarrassed. It's what I am.
You know, that's the thing. I'm sure I must have said some dumbass shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
But you know, if the other person is forgiving enough, even somehow you forget that you did the thing.
But if I've said some dumb things, she's still here, so who cares?
Yeah, I think that wraps up the pod.
Yeah, I mean, adulthood sucks.
Yeah.
Let's just being real
Yeah,
with
it's
it. But to be
fucking
honest,
awful.
I think it is just about how you make it. I mean, you have a weird thing about getting old, and I have a weird thing about how I don't really care how old I get. I'm just want to make an impact, and that's it.
Damn, that's not weird at all.
No, but like the part where I keep saying I'll be gone in like 15 years, but like I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
probably
bit
not-
alarming.
It's a little alarming.
You think it's because of the stress from making it too big?
Nah,
Nice, hell yeah, brother.
nah.
Do you think it's from the
Red Bull.
Like you're so strong from carrying all that ass around.
Ooh, shit.
Hopefully
Please.
next time you guys hear from us, we got a logo, we have a whole system down, and we'll be
Yeah.
posting a lot more clips. Our goal is to get you guys interacted. We want your stories. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Honestly, we want to roast you a little bit too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We want fucking. But you know what? Setting the goal right now. By the end of the year, 100,000.
Somebody will message us.
Huh?
Somebody will message us.
No, on 100,000 followers on TikTok.
I hate them. I hate
Follow
them.
us on
so
TikTok right
hard to
I
now.
hate
do.
them. I hate them.
Follow us on TikTok right
I
now.
feel like if we could do the roasting thing, it's gonna be James being mean, and then it's gonna I'm the nice one that like smooths it over.
No,
with,
I think
like,
it's the other way
compliments.
around.
I'm supposed to be the mean one.
No,
You're not supposed to be anything. You're you.
Oh
I'm the mediator.
That is not true. You're mean to all of us.
no, I feel like you're the middle between our extremes.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think he is extreme sometimes, though.
But he's the most accessible.
It depends how much Red Bull he is.
I honestly am not mean.
No, you're not. You're
At all.
I
on
think
this
you're
podcast.
I think
Every single
I-
time I've like listened to it, I've never like said anything like mean.
Yeah, I say a lot of mean shit.
Yeah.
And you said you do too.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like Alex out
I'm
of
very logical.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say this right now. I feel like out of the three of us, you're the most likable.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't
think
like
so.
him.
Yeah, I don't like me. You know?
Doesn't fucking matter.
None of us like
You think Dua
ourselves.
Lipa likes herself?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. If you're Dua Lipa, I don't even know. I couldn't even get into it.
You love Dua Lipa.
I love her so much.
Who
And you know what I
doesn't love
love
Dua Lipa?
as well? 100,000 followers on TikTok. Follow us right now. For the love of fucking God.
Follow
Get
us
us there.
Just follow us on Dynamic Trio Pod on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Yes. Follow our clips, dude.
Yes.
They are funny and they're gonna get better.
Yeah. They're gonna improve. They're gonna be solid. Like them. Share them to your friend. Share them to people you don't like. If you don't like our podcast, share it to people that you don't like so you can show them like, hey, this is how much I dislike you. I'm gonna show you this shit clip. But only show it like a shit clip. If it's funny and it's actually like, you know, make somebody laugh.
Bro, breathe.
Are we still doing like clips at the end of each episode?
I
like that,
sometimes.
though. I like
Sometimes when we have something. But
Yeah.
we were on a roll today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have roles.
Tune in
You
next week.
really don't.
Fuck
I do.
off. I'm doing the outro. God. Tune in next week. We're going to talk about that's all, folks. Tune in next week. We're going to focus on Mexican folklore. I think we're talking about duendes. We're talking about witches. We're talking about like Llorona.
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 I love Corona.
I barely know her.
Oh, this is Alex.
This is James.
This is Patrick.
And this has been Dynamic Trio.
We'll see you guys next week.
Kiss my ass.
Bye.